What is up, ladies and gents? You know what time of day it is? It's XCN time, and in today's video we're going to be discussing all things XCN. That means the recent news here on XCN, as well as the price predictions both for the shorter terms or over the coming days, as well as how high I think XCN could possibly go in 2025. And in addition to that as well, we're going to be discussing some of the market sentiment here on XCN, because of course at the end of the day I make these videos for you guys, and I've been reading a lot of your comments and I've detected some vibe shift here in the markets over the past few weeks. Of course, just a few weeks ago here on XCN, everyone was so excited for what was to come. Everyone was euphoric, and now we are seeing quite a few mixed reactions down in the comments below. Some of you are still excited for what's to come, and some of you, I get the feeling, are a little bit more worried, a little bit more anxious about the markets in general. So we're going to discuss that as well. Of course, I want to hear from you guys as well. How are you personally feeling all about this? Comment this down below. How are you feeling about crypto as a whole? Are you still feeling bullish? Are you still feeling excited about 2025 and what's to come? Are you a little bit more worried that things are going to keep on dropping, that we've already seen the top in 2025 or something along those lines? Let me know down in the comments below, and also let me know how many cycles of crypto you've been in. Have you been here in 2021, for example, for that bull run? Have you been in the 2017 bull run? Have you been in the 2013 bull run? Let me know down in the comments which bull run this one is for you. But of course, we'll first discuss this market sentiment. So at the moment, like I say, I've been seeing a lot of mixed reactions, a lot of mixed feelings about everything out. And if this is your first time seeing all these negative reactions, or this is your first time that you've been in a bull market, and let me tell you that this fluctuation in emotion is completely healthy. Of course, I say that because I've been here for the previous two cycles in crypto, especially 2021, and I myself have experienced these emotions. I went from being so excited about a coin because it's just done a 3x. I invested more money after it's done that 3x, and then when it started dropping 20, 30, 40%, I remember exactly how I felt at that point. I started really feeling angry at the coin itself. I really started kind of losing all my belief. I was talking about how the coin would go lower, and joining like-minded people who would do the same as well. So I've been there and I've done that. And one of my favorite charts to kind of describe this whole emotion market thing is this one here. You may or may not have seen it, but this is the market psychology cheat sheet. And this is something that you guys should definitely take a screenshot of, put it as your background on your computer, and constantly remind yourself about this, because this, if you've not seen it before, and it maps the emotions, the different emotions that people feel along a generic chart. And as you can see, towards the top of the chart, you get all these positive emotions. You see optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, as well as some examples of what people say at those points. And on the contrary as well, you've got these negative emotions when the price is heading down: anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger. And if you have a look at some of what people are saying here in the comments, what people are saying on Twitter about the markets, what people are saying on CoinMarketCap comments about different cryptos, and from these comments you can see a lot of negativity in those comments. A lot of people calling for the markets to go to zero, calling it all a scam. Crypto was a scam anyway. People calling for the end of the bull market. The new 2025 bear market is just around the corner and everyone will lose their money. And if you read those comments, we should be somewhere around here on the charts, maybe between anxiety and anger, anywhere around that. And of course that should represent the charts heading back down well before we even started pumping back in 2024. So if we're here, anywhere around here on the charts, then what is happening with XCN? Because if we have a look at XCN, although we have been in a slight downtrend here on XCN, we've seen a few drops here on XCN, we are still way up from where we were a month ago in a supposed end of the bull run phase. Look, a month ago, we are still over 10x up from where we were a month ago here on XCN, and people are already starting to be bearish. I personally think that is not correct. We are still extremely bullish here on XCN, of course. So if people are posting bearish things about crypto in general, and we are 10x up here on Onyxcoin, and we're still holding this region here, we're not crashed all the way back down to where we were at the start of January. If we're still holding this region and we are somewhere between anxiety and anger here, then what would happen if we flipped back and we started seeing optimism, belief, thrill, and euphoria in the markets? Can you imagine what would happen if we went from fear in the markets to greed? At the moment, we are 35, which is clearly in fear here on CoinMarketCap. But if we flipped back to greed or extreme greed that we saw back in November 2024, can you imagine what would happen here on Onyxcoin? In my opinion, that would translate to something looking like this. I think that would be extremely bullish. Again, another good example of a coin, Bitcoin. Like if we're in fear in the fear and greed index, if everyone's starting to get bearish, then what would happen to Bitcoin if we started feeling a lot more greedy? Bitcoin is right by its all-time highs here, and we are feeling fear in the markets. If we start seeing some greed, I think Bitcoin is just going to absolutely rip in the upwards direction. So, these are my first thoughts, first and foremost. Of course, I just wanted to explain rationally about any emotions that you guys may have in the comments. Of course, at the end of the day, like I say, I make these videos for you guys. So hopefully this intro has helped some of you guys kind of see the markets a little bit more rationally. Of course, I'm going to be going through the rest of this video about all the other bullish things. I'll be going through the rest of this video about why you should still be bullish here on XCN. There's plenty of reasons at the moment. Of course, first and foremost, we will talk about XCN news, and the main one that's come up at the moment is the new proposal that has come on the Onyx chain. Of course, if you haven't seen it yet, this is OIP 54, and they're going to be adopting and ratifying their new Onyx layer 3 blockchain and white paper. Of course, this is extremely bullish because with every transaction they're going to be burning XCN, so we should start seeing a deflationary token. Of course, that's going to reduce the supply here on XCN, so it's important that you guys vote on this. At the moment it looks very promising because we haven't had a single against vote. Just goes to show you how much people want this and how bullish this should be for the price. So that's the major news here on XCN. Of course, we're also waiting for some updates from Binance. Hopefully they list XCN at some point. We don't know yet, but make sure you follow Binance and XCN on Twitter. Have your notifications on in case that happens sometime soon. Of course, looking at the charts now, the price charts here on XCN. Of course, yesterday we saw a little bit of a dip. It turned out we saw this little micro triangle break out to the downside. Of course, this is part of some sort of bigger structure here on Onyxcoin, because at the moment, on this 1 hour chart, I think you guys can see this, but we have this immensely strong resistance going across. This is the resistance we've been monitoring now at least for the past few days here on Onyxcoin, and the price still hasn't made its mind up just yet. And what I think we are potentially seeing here on Onyxcoin, I have two different things that I am watching, and the first thing is this thing here. Of course, as you guys can see, we have a resistance going across that's been tested way too many times now, at least 10 times now at this point, and we've got this support here which isn't quite as strong. It's only been tested twice, but it makes for a very interesting pattern, because this, if we take it at face value, is a bull flag. And of course, this is only a bullish pattern. We'd expect to see a breakout to the upside if this is to be respected, and we would see an enormous price target coming from this bull flag, which is the length of the parabolic move going into it in the first place. And if we see a breakout, let's say later today, it looks like the price has come back up to the resistance. So if we do get an extra push, for example, and the prices do start heading above that resistance, then we could see an immense price target in here. We are looking at 27 cents as a potential price target if this bull flag is respected. So that is something to definitely be looking forward to. Of course, the other thing that I am looking out for as well is a potential triangle pattern, and this stems from the fact that this 1.8 cents line is extremely solid. This has been a support and resistance on Onyxcoin now for the best part of 3 years. As you can see back over here, it was a very important resistance in 2023. So this is a very strong support at the moment. As you can see, it also forms a sort of triangle shape within Onyxcoin. And of course, if we break out to the upside, we could also see the price target of this triangle formation hit. And of course, we'd expect to see a price target of this distance here. If we break out later today, for example, that would give us a price target of 7.9 cents on Onyx coin. Of course, if we do start heading up pretty fast, there's going to be some places where I think we could see a bit of potential resistance. So the best thing is, if you're not looking to trade and you just want to hold Onyx coin, just be patient with these, because you could see these areas as potential places where the price may stall. It may do something like this, for example, and just kind of struggle with going next, like this, for example, where it struggles to get to the next level. So just be patient on the shorter term. And of course, if you are looking to trade, these are decent places to be taking some profit, but 7.7 cents is our first resistance and support at this level. That's almost the price target from the triangle, so that's really nice. Next price target, in my opinion, is the 18 cents region, something a bit like this, because that was the previous all-time high here on Onyx coin. Again, something like this may occur if we do break out to the upside. And finally, of course, that would be the price target reached of the bull flag if we can pass the all-time high there. Of course, in the longer term, as I say, my price target is still 37 cents, and that results from the fact that we've seen this cup and handle pattern. Of course, there's the cup formation that's happened over 2 years, and we had a very short-term handle happen over the past few days. Let's just draw that handle in so you guys can see it. Something a little bit like this, where we broke to the upside from that, and now we have seen this sort of consolidation above it. So of course, this cup and handle pattern has a price target of 37 cents. As long as we can stay above the 1.8 cents region, then we should be heading towards 37 cents in 2025. So lots and lots of reasons to be bullish here. Of course, some other bullish things that I want to show you as well is this XRP chart. And of course, we've seen what XCN has been doing over the past few days. It's been in a slight downtrend, but it hasn't been too bad at the end of the day if you compare it to something like XRP. Now, I see the comparison between XRP and XCN quite important, because, you know, XRP is just a high market cap version of XCN. They're both in the payment infrastructure niche, so they can be compared in that way. But over the past few days, of course, it's been fairly bearish for XRP. We've just been in a very sharp downtrend here. It's not been very nice at all if you've been an XRP holder. And of course, while XRP is dumping like this, it's not going to be too good for XCN. But the moment we can find some footing on here on XRP and we can start to at least consolidate and start heading back upwards, I think that's going to be extremely bullish on XCN. And if something like that, if something bullish happens on XRP, this could be the catalyst for XCN to continue going higher as well. So obviously, XRP has quite an important role here on XCN. At the moment, as I said, we're in this bearish trend. On the one-day chart, it looks like we're starting to head back up. We see a bullish engulfing candle there. So that's a really nice start of the day. Let's see if we can continue being bullish here on XRP, if we can start a new trend that breaks that downtrend over the past few days. And if that happens on XRP, then we should see something bullish here on XCN. Of course, if you want a demonstration of what happens when XRP is extremely bullish, just look at this kind of parabolic move that XRP did from the start of November to the end of December there. Of course, if we map that to XCN did a bit of a move here at the start of November. Let's go on the one-day chart so you guys can see that. We did see a nice little bit of a move upwards here on XCN, but it was not as much as XRP did. Of course, XCN was a little bit delayed, but when it did happen, it went completely nuts. So with that in mind, if XRP makes its next move up, and I still believe XRP is going to hit at least $19 this bull run, then we should see XCN quickly follow with XRP as well. So let's say XRP makes its next parabolic move up tomorrow. Maybe there's a little bit of a lag, and again, it just goes back to being patient here, but we should see XCN play catch up with XRP at some point. So of course, at the end of the day, I have so many reasons to still be bullish here on XCN. I think it's a mistake if you are selling XCN right now. Although, to be fair, if you bought XCN at any point in the past, up until 2023, you are in the profits. So if you're just taking profits, then fair enough to you. But if you're panic selling, then I think it is a mistake. Calm your emotions. Calm your emotions. Download the cheat sheet here. Calm your emotions. Download this cheat sheet that you can find online. It's called the Market Psychology Cheat Sheet. Have it as your background on your computer. It's such an important chart in my opinion. And of course, follow this little graph up here. As you can see, peak which is up here, where the emotions are generally positive, this is the point of maximum financial risk. But if you look at the trough, where everyone is depressed, everyone is angry, this is the point of maximum financial opportunity. So you basically have to be buying when others are fearful and selling when others are greedy. And of course, if you stick to that and you do have a bit of patience, I personally think you will do very, very well this bull run. So of course, guys, I just wanted to make this video a bit more dedicated to some of you in the comments that are feeling a little bit mixed with all of this. Hopefully it has been helpful. Obviously, if you have any other topics within crypto or anything that you want me to make a video on, comment them down below as well. But otherwise, that's all I really have to say in this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.